This is Alison Watson with Serenity Valley Wellness. I'm here today at the Bar Murray in Murray, Kentucky, and I thank them for the use of their studio. Today, I'd like to offer you a practice to gently lengthen and strengthen the body. This is a gentle yoga practice suitable for almost anyone, especially beginners. Here, you may want to have a blanket and a couple of yoga blocks, but it's okay if you don't have those things. You can still do this practice without them. First, come to whatever comfortable seat that you would like. And then find a tall, straight spine, bringing the crown of the head up toward the ceiling, and maybe close the eyes if that feels good to you. Here, just bring your awareness to your breath, noticing your breath. First, noticing the breath at the nostrils, maybe the coolness of the air. Noticing the breath as it travels through the sinuses and down the back of the throat. See if you can feel that sensation. Maybe breathing slightly deeper, noticing the breath at the chest, filling up the lungs, expanding the chest up and down. Maybe you notice the expansion of the ribs here, left and right, forward and back. Bringing awareness further down into the belly, breathing slightly deeper still. Expand the belly on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Taking big belly breaths. Then soften the belly, soften the breath, and return to your natural rate and depth of breath, allowing the body to breathe for you. Here, bring awareness to the heart center. Feel into the heart center behind the sternum. Maybe you notice a spaciousness there, an openness. Feeling into that openness within. Maybe set an intention for your practice today. An intention is like a positive affirmation. In yoga, that is your sankalpa, your heartfelt desire for yourself. Maybe there's something you wish to improve, or some character trait you wish to strengthen. Maybe your intention could be, I am grateful for this practice today, or I love myself. Anything that feels right to you, something encouraging. Once you've set that intention, put it to memory. We'll recall it several times throughout our practice, really setting it into our subconscious minds and making it a part of what we believe about ourselves. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, drop your chin to your chest, stretching the back of your neck. Here, a couple of breaths as you hold. Then inhale the head up to center. On your exhale, drop the left ear toward the left shoulder, stretching the right side of the neck. Couple of breaths as you hold, softening through the shoulders. Inhale the head up to center. Exhale the head down into the right ear toward the right shoulder. Shoulders soft. Breathing gently, stretching the left side of the neck. Inhale the head up to center. On your exhale, drop the head back, facing upward for a stretch at the front of the neck. Inhale the head back to center. On your exhale, turn the head to face the right, just as far as feels comfortable. Then inhale the head back to center. Exhale, turn the head to face the left, just as far as feels comfortable. And inhale the head back to center. On your exhale, send the shoulders in small, slow circles, round and round. Maybe make those circles larger and larger as you breathe gently. Getting the elbows moving, shoulder joints moving round and round. Go ahead and send your circles in the opposite direction, round and round. Allow the shoulders to rest. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, allow the eyes to flutter open. Here, inhale both arms up. On your exhale, bring your right hand down to the floor beside you. Send your left arm, head and shoulders over to the right. Here, with that left arm reaching up and over to the right. Good job. Big stretch down the left side of the torso as you breathe gently. Inhale back to center, both arms up. Exhale that left hand down to the floor beside you. Send the right arm, head and shoulders over to the left. Big stretch down the right side ribs. Breathing gently, and with that right arm reaching up and over to the left. Inhale back to center, both arms up. Exhale, both arms down behind your back. Here, interlace your fingers and press your hands down toward the floor. You could also just press the palms down toward the floor, dropping the shoulders away from the ears and tilting the chin up. Deep breath in. On your exhale, hinge at the hips to lean slightly forward, maybe with fingers interlaced or not. Reach the arms up behind the back for a shoulder stretch. Inhale the arms forward and up. Exhale, forward fold, bringing the palms down to the floor in front of you, arms extended, shoulders soft. Finding a stretch down the back and into the hip and thigh. Good job. Walk the hands toward you to come back to your upright seat. Inhale, both arms up. On your exhale, turn to your left. Bring your right hand to your left knee. Left fingertips come to the floor just behind you. And as you look to your left, deep breath in. On your exhale, tall, straight spine. Look over your left shoulder in a gentle twist. Ease in gently. No need to push. Here, maybe gently pulling with the right hand against the left knee, deepening your twist. Breathing gently. Then slowly turn to face forward. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, turn to your right, both hands down, left hand to the right knee, right fingertips to the floor just behind you. As you look to your right, deep breath in. Exhale, tall, straight spine, then look over the right shoulder to find your twist. Once again, holding and breathing gently as you maybe deepen, feeling a lengthening at the torso or around the waist. Slowly turn to face forward. When you get all the way forward, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, baby back bend, looking up toward the ceiling. Inhale, reaching upward with a straight spine. Exhale, both arms down. Good job. Here, we'll go through some seated cat-cows. I'll turn on my mat so that you can better see the movement that I'm doing. Here, once again, just seated comfortably, arms resting against the lap. You'll inhale, sending the shoulders back, chin up, chest out for cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, tightening the belly and looking downward for cat pose. Inhale up for cow. Exhale down for cat. Inhale up for cow. Exhale down for cat, tightening the belly. Inhale up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Inhaling back to a straight spine. Here, bring the soles of your feet together into a bound angle pose or butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, the knees fall left and right down toward the floor. Now, this particular position is uncomfortable for some people who are tight in the hips and the inner thigh. If it is too uncomfortable for you to sit like this, know that that's okay. Give yourself some support at the knees with the hands, or you can bring a block underneath each knee for some extra support. You could also use cushions or anything else that you have available to you. However, if you can allow this stretch, it is very healthy and good for the hips and the inner thigh to allow the knees to fold open and down toward the floor in this way. Find your tall, straight spine, maybe grasping at the shins or the ankles. Maybe close the eyes here. Breathing gently, allow the inner thigh, the hips and pelvis to open and lengthen. And maybe recall your intention. Good job. Here, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, maybe hinge at the hips, leaning slightly forward. Shift the hands down to the toes. Maybe hinge further if that feels good to you. The further forward and down that you fold, the deeper the stretch you'll feel in the inner thigh and the deeper opening through the hips. Listen to your body and only ever do what feels right to you. Here, take a breath. On your exhale, bring this left shoulder toward the left knee, then send the right arm up to the ceiling as you look up toward it. Maybe just seeing the right arm in your peripheral vision as you open through that right shoulder. A stretch down the right side of the torso. Good job. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bring that right hand back down to the toes in your forward fold at bound angle pose. Then take another breath. On your exhale, bring the right shoulder toward the right knee, sending the left arm up to the ceiling as you look up and to the left. Breathing gently, sending the left arm back. Then take a deep breath in. Exhale the left arm down, bringing that left hand back to the toes and coming back to your forward fold. Good job. Here, go ahead and come back to your upright bound angle pose. Maybe flutter the knees up and down in a butterfly wing configuration. Maybe flutter the knees up and down like a butterfly. Good job. Here, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bring this right hand over to the left shin or ankle. Send the left arm up to the ceiling. Deep breath in. On your exhale, lean the left arm, head and shoulders over to the right for a deep side stretch down the left side of the torso. Inhale the left arm back up. Exhale it down, the left hand coming down to the right shin or ankle. Inhale the right arm up to the ceiling. Exhale the right arm over to the left for a big stretch down the right ribs. Good job. Inhale the right arm back up and exhale it down. Coming back to your upright bound angle pose one last time. Deep breath in. On your exhale, I will transition so that you can see the next few postures we're doing together from a different angle. Here, bend the knees, leaving the heels against your mat or against the floor, toes pointed up toward the ceiling. We're going to come into a boat pose variation, sending the arms forward, deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight, lean back slightly. Good job. Leaning back, allow those abdominal muscles to continue holding you, keeping them contracted, keeping the belly tight. Here, you have some options. You could send the arms wide, noticing how that feels, and then send them forward again. Arms wide and forward, breathing gently, back and forth. Another option, leaving the arms forward, just lift one heel at a time. Go at your own pace here. Belly tight. If at any point the belly seems to not be able to hold you up anymore, just take a break or slow down, decrease the intensity, listen to your body. Here, maybe bring the hands behind the knees, pull yourself forward, and take a couple of breaths, relaxing the back and relaxing the belly. Good job. Then you'll take another deep breath in. On your exhale, lean back, coming back to boat pose, sending the arms forward, toes up. Here, I'd like to show you another option. Maybe with the belly tight, you lean back a bit more, raising the heels up off the mat, both heels together. Here, you could also send the arms wide. See how that feels. Back and forth, breathing gently. Another option is to pedal the feet back and forth. See how that feels for your body. And then maybe drop the heels, pull yourself forward, and take another couple of breaths. You could always pause the video and do more of those exercises if you want a deeper abdominal workout. From here, we'll swing both legs around and come up into a tabletop position. Tabletop is simply hands and knees, with the knees at hip distance apart, the hands, the wrists directly below the shoulders. Here, just shift the hips left and right, working some tension out of the hips and the lower back by shifting the hips left and right, back and forth, breathing gently. Good job. Bringing the hips back to center here, shift the hips slightly forward and back, bending at the knees and the wrists, moving forward and back just a bit. Good job. Coming back to tabletop, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, balance on the right hand. Send the left arm up to the ceiling as you look up toward it. Another deep breath here. Exhale that left hand back to the mat. Deep breath in. Balance on the left hand as you send the right arm up to the ceiling. Another deep breath here. Exhale the right hand back down to the mat. Good job. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight. Balance on the right hand so that you can send the left arm straight forward. Good job. Bring that left hand back to the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly tight. Balance on the left hand. Send the right arm straight forward. Good job. Bring that right hand back to the mat. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight. Send the left arm straight forward. Maybe send the right leg straight back. Finding balance here, breathing gently. Hold the belly tight. Good job. Balancing table pose. Then bring that left hand and the right knee back down to the mat. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight. Send the right arm straight forward. Maybe the left leg straight back. Keeping the belly tight. Good job. Balancing table. Finding stability and strength in the body. Bring that right hand and the left knee back down to the mat. Good job. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight. Lift that left foot, sending it up toward the ceiling as you look forward for tiger pose. Keep the belly tight here. Good job. Slowly bring that left knee back down to the mat. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight. Lift the right foot up toward the ceiling, pointing the toes up toward the ceiling as you look forward for tiger pose. Good job. Slowly bring that right knee back down to the mat. Deep breath in. On your exhale here, widen the knees. Maybe bringing the left knee to the left edge of your mat, right knee to the right edge of your mat. Then set the hips way back and down toward the heels. Extend the arms out long. And maybe drop the forehead all the way down to the mat. Another option here is to drop the forehead down to a block, to a pillow or a cushion. You could also drop the elbows. If the shoulders feel too tight and uncomfortable, drop the elbows down to the mat. Another option here is to crisscross the hands and rest the forehead on the hands, keeping the hips back and down toward the heels. Softening all the way down the spine. Loosening through the hips and through the pelvis in child's pose. There are many different variations of child's pose, some with the arms forward, some with the arms back by the sides, even wrapping around the legs. You can really have the arms in any position for child's pose. When you found a child's pose variation that feels good to you, hang out there for just a few moments, maybe with the eyes closed, and recall your intention, this time repeating it in your own mind about 3 times. Good job. When you're ready to come out of child's pose, walk the hands toward you to come to a more upright position. Then we're going to find our way down onto our bellies. I'll walk you through that. First, you'll bring your knees back to hip distance apart. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight, walk your hands forward to come into a kneeling plank. At kneeling plank, the back is one long straight line all the way down to the knees while you keep the belly tight to support the low back, pressing into the hands and pulling the ears away from the shoulders. Now, if this doesn't feel accessible to you, that's okay. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, drop the hips so that the chest is facing forward and you come into a back bend in a cobra pose. Then slowly bend the elbows, lowering the belly down to the mat until you come all the way onto your belly, shifting the arms forward into a Sphinx position. At Sphinx pose, the upper arms are directly beneath the shoulders, elbows directly beneath the shoulders, palms against the floor as the chest and face look forward. Allowing a back bend here. Softening all down the back, softening through the glutes, those muscles around your sit bones, softening through the hips and the pelvis. Legs loose. Good job. Here, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, go ahead and roll to one side on your way over onto your back. Finding your way onto your back. Come into what's called constructive rest pose with the soles of your feet against the mat, knees bent, arms resting comfortably. Once you've found this position, inhale both arms up. Exhale both arms overhead. Allow the arms to rest down against the floor and feel a gentle shoulder stretch here, just from allowing the arms to rest overhead, gravity pressing them down toward the floor. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight, straighten the right leg, then lift it up toward the ceiling. Allow it to come down to a hover and then back up toward the ceiling. Here, continue to alternate, breathing gently, raising and lowering just the right leg, back and forth, up and down. Good job. Here, strengthening hip flexors, abdominal muscles, thighs. Then bring that right foot back down to the mat with the right knee bent. Deep breath in. On your exhale, straighten the left leg. Raise the left leg up toward the ceiling and back down gently. Continue alternating, raising and lowering the left leg up and down, breathing gently. Good job. Then bring the left foot back to the mat, left knee bent. Here, deep breath in. On your exhale, simply bring the soles of the feet together here in a reclined bound angle pose. We did the seated bound angle pose at the beginning of our practice. Here we're practicing reclined bound angle pose. And what I like about this particular posture is that you're using gravity to your advantage, allowing gravity to press the legs down, knees falling left and right, and pressing down toward the floor. Good job. Softening as best you can down the back into the hips and through the legs. Breathing gently. Here, maybe, close the eyes and recall your intention. Good job. Deep breath in. On your exhale, open the eyes gently. Bring the soles of the feet back to the floor. And inhale, both arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, both arms down to your sides. Here, back in constructive rest pose, press the arms into the floor, the palms of the hands into the floor, the soles of the feet into the floor. Just feeling gentle pressure in all those places. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight, tightening up the abdominal muscles, lift the hips into the air for a bridge pose. Good job. Slowly lowering the hips back down to your mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly tight, lift the hips, pressing into the soles of the feet, pressing into the backs of the arms, and then slowly lowering the hips back down to the mat. We'll do one more. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly tight, lift the hips into the air. Good job. Holding just a couple more moments. Wonderful. Feeling pressure against the backs of the shoulders. Slowly lower the hips all the way back down to the floor. Good job. Here, extend the right leg out long. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift the left knee, bring both hands around the left knee and hug it in toward you. Another option here is to bring the hands behind the knee at the thigh and pull the left knee in toward you. Try to soften through that left leg and use the arms, use the shoulders to pull the left leg in. If you feel any kind of cramp or discomfort, it's okay to stretch it out and then come back to that stretch to pull the left knee in. Good job. Deep breath in here. On your exhale, go ahead and release that left leg down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting the right knee, both hands around the front or behind the right knee to pull it in toward you. A stretch at the right hip and thigh here. Breathing gently, softening and loosening through all parts of the body except the shoulders and arms. Holding those tight. Good job. Here, release the hands. Bring the right foot down to the mat and the left foot up to meet it. Deep breath in. On your exhale, bring the arms and the palms down to the floor once again. Deep breath in. On your exhale, belly tight, point the left toes up toward the ceiling. Press through the backs of the arms to lift the hips and then slowly bring them back down. Drop that left foot down to the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly tight. Point the right toes up toward the ceiling. Lift, pressing through the backs of the arms. Belly tight. Slowly drop the hips down and bring that right foot back down to the mat. Good job. Here, go ahead and extend that right leg out long. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift that left knee, both hands around the left knee. Here, go ahead and grasp just with the right hand around the left knee so that you can send the left arm straight out to the left, palm facing down. Deep breath in. On your exhale, use that right hand on the outside of the left knee to guide the left knee over to the right, keeping the shoulders against the mat as best you can, coming into a twist. This is a wonderful twist, stretching from the thigh across the left hip and into the low back. You'll also feel a stretch at the left shoulder, breathing gently. Good job. Slowly releasing this twist, rolling onto your back, and resetting at constructive rest pose. Here, straighten the left leg, deep breath in. Exhale, lift the right knee, both hands around the right knee, pulling it in. Then secure the right knee with just the left hand. Send that right arm straight out to the right, palm facing down. Another deep breath here. Exhale, allowing that right knee to fall down into the left, the right knee falling down into the left, keeping the shoulders against the mat as best you can. Now, if that right shoulder tries to pop up off the mat just a little bit, that's okay. Just press it down as best you can. Allowing this stretch across the outside of the right hip, maybe using the left hand to pull down on the outside of the right knee, deepening your twist. Breathing gently. Good job. Here, release that left hand, roll onto your back, and reset at constructive rest pose. Take a deep breath here. On your exhale, roll to one side and press yourself up to a seat. Here, I'd like to show you one last posture that's very relaxing, and this is where your blanket will come in handy. Finding your blanket, roll it into a long cylindrical shape. So rolling it into this sausage shape, just place that right in the center of your mat. Then you're going to scoot your low back up to the end of your blanket. You'll lay back over your blanket so that the blanket is below the spine. Maybe the head dangles off the top of the blanket, or the head could be supported by the blanket or by another cushion or block. Whatever feels good to you. Here, allowing the shoulder blades to fall left and right over the blanket into a supported fish pose. Arms resting left and right, palms facing up. Here, try to soften the body. Leave some space between the legs. Allow the feet to flop left and right. And maybe close the eyes, breathing gently. Here, I invite you to recall your intention, this time repeating it in your own mind about 3 times. Good job. You're welcome to stay in fish pose for another few moments, resting in Shavasana. In yoga, Shavasana is simply a time of rest at the end of your physical yoga practice. A time of quiet, of introspection, of meditation. Take a few moments of peace for yourself here. Maybe remaining in fish pose, maybe removing the blanket from beneath you and just resting on your mat for a few moments. Good job. Here, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, maybe wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe flutter the eyes open or keep them closed if you like. Take another deep breath in. On your exhale, roll to one side and find your way up to a seat. As you find your way up to a seat on your mat, take a deep breath in. On your exhale, bring palms together at heart center or hands to the heart. Here, I thank you so much for joining me for this gentle yoga practice. I hope you found it beneficial for body, mind, and spirit. Namaste.